Hey, what's up? Season 4, Matt's Garage. Welcome back. I'd like to say it was a nice break, but I never actually took a break. I was in here working on this Bronco the whole time. The season's off to a rough start because I lost the first half of episode 1. This is like episode 4 of season 4. I didn't want to cut out all of the first episode of season 1. Wow. Really rough start. My hair is coming in nice though. Except for this, but that's just a wisdom mark. Just ignore that. So you're going to cut in the middle. I'm also going to do things a little differently. Basically, this whole trying to get an episode out every Thursday thing, I'm over it. I'm just going to release them as they're done. So you might get 4 in a week and then not go 4 weeks with one. And I know that YouTube says that's not how you make money, but I don't care. This channel barely makes me enough to buy a bolt every week. So I'm worried less about the money and just getting the stuff out to you and not stressing about the video part. This season is a lot of concentration because I have to work on getting everything square with this body. So there's a lot of stuff I don't video because I just spend the time working and then I'll recap it when I'm done. But if you have any questions, shoot me an email at mattsgarageshow.com and I'll walk you through exactly what I did. One lesson: don't build a body top from scratch unless you've got a jig and a shop and a perfectly level everything. It's a lot of work. I shouldn't say don't do it. It's more work than you think, right? Maybe grinding out those spot welds and using your old body is the best way to go. I'm just throwing it out there. All right, let's get going. It's a DeWalt drill bit, but still need to deburr it. I put one Cleco in up here. I'm about to put another one in. My second Cleco ever, guys. I'm gonna go for the inside. Okay, now, so I got that into place. I basically used the rust lines on the old one to figure out where this one should sit. So what I'm going to do right now is, this is sort of mocked up, right? No welds, nothing. It's just sitting on the lip here and it's Clecoed there. I'm actually going to go get my fender and my hood and then lay that out and just start mocking it up. If I feel like this height is right, this height here, okay, then I'll put 1 or 2 tacks in on this side, or maybe just leave those Clecos in. And then this side I won't weld in. That fender position is going to impact the door and all that stuff. So not do that right now. I will do it. I'm just not going to do it right now. I don't know. I'm figuring it out as I go along. I have zero idea what I'm doing. Haven't seen this old girl in a while. Wow, these holes do not line up at all. At all. Holy smokes. It's crazy to see the fender on it, man. Holy smokes, it's been so long. How she look? Like a Bronco again, huh? Crazy. I really boogered up these flanges though, man, trying to get those screws out. And then this, I wonder, do they make a patch just for this? I don't want to buy a whole fender. I'll have to look that up. One of the issues people have when they build is their fenders will cock one way or another, or spread or narrow. So this is one of the gaps you got to watch out for. I just kind of wanted to see it looking like a Bronco again, you know, and it's motivating. What can I tell you? I dig it. All right, so I've shifted the center fender forward, and now the holes line up. I've got them right in the middle of the fender basically, and the fender's got about 1/8 of movement, maybe a little more than 1/8 of movement back and forth. One thing I notice is the inner fender is flush against these, but on this back one here, the 4th inner fender hole, there's like a good 1/2 inch, but it's flush here. So the way this rakes isn't consistent, so I'm gonna have to shim up here. You can see, I think it was like that on the old one too. You can see this stress crack, and then you can see that gap there. See the stress crack, they were wrenching down on that. And then there's, but on this one, it's flush, so good there. And you can see that hole should be in the middle, but this is welded on a little differently. And I've got my Cleco there and my Cleco there, and that's good enough to get it sort of held into place. I actually drilled through this so the Cleco didn't interfere, you know, and it holds the fender tight too, which is nice. So now I'm going to take that Cleco off, pull the fender off, put that Cleco back on, and that inner skirt is where it needs to be relative to the front core support. All right, these are the passenger side fender wells, wheel wells, and you can see the difference there. Let me check this out. See that? So they're good quality pieces. It's just, you know, it's not an exact fit. So what's happening is this lip doesn't get completely covered by the inner fender. I don't think it matters, but something to consider. Got the inner fender up there. Let me show you a problem I'm running into. So these new inner wheel wells from Tom's, they're pretty good productions, but their clearance to make room for the power brakes and all that stuff, and they fit a lot of different years. So if you notice here on the new one, this body line comes straight like that. And on this one, it comes down like that. So because this is then broken down at this slope, right here, I'm hitting on my spring tower. Yeah, this is just part of restoration. I gotta figure out how to deal with this. I'm trying to just think a little creatively about the problem. I don't want to hack this thing up, so I'd like to make something that looks kind of professional. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to actually break a new crease into the metal where it is on the factory one. I have zero idea how well this will work. So far, not so good, but you know, if at first you don't succeed, go until you screw up a part. Okay, it's doing something. Let me put on my safety glasses here. That is definitely breaking the metal right along the line. It wasn't the exact desired effect, but let's see if I can work with it. You can see by doing that, I basically built in another area here, and what I'd like to do is flatten. So I put this crease in there, okay? Now I want to flatten this crease out. Originally, the crown was here, and now this is pretty flat. I've moved the crown over here, coming in. Now with bodywork, everything has a cause and effect, so let's see how it affected the fit. Yep. Perfect. Now I can mock that up and Cleco it all up like I have the passenger side. The passenger side is that's all Clecoed up. I've even Clecoed the fender in. My neighbor Carl is actually picking up a scratch and dent I bought today, a scratch and dent fender. He's down at Tom's right now. So the only problem with this is basically here down. So I'm fitting up these inner fenders. You can see that one there is nice and flat. It fits nice. And the reason it didn't fit nice originally, it was that back brace is basically the give in the system. And it's the same here, and I'm butting up against this one. So I had to break the spot welds loose of that. It's in two parts, and I broke it loose, the spot welds loose, and then Clecoed it in the right position. I need to do the same on this side because if you can see, you see how it's cockeyed? It's because that back brace is preventing it from going all the way into position. And it's making it kind of wonky. So that is the give in the system, because that's not giving, right? So you need to break the spot weld loose on that and then attach it later. Before you do that though, you want to take a Sharpie, mark around where it lands, okay, and then that way you'll know where to drill for your clecos and stuff later. And then I'll cleco it in, you know, 1 or 2 here, there, and then I'll be marking it up. I had to mangle this. I had to mangle this a bit to get it out, so I just made a new one. Just broke it on the edge of my workbench. I'm never sure how much to show of this process, but right now, you know, that line matches up. So I've drilled out 2 holes, one here, one here. I'll mark that with a Sharpie, and that'll be where I'm going to cleco this to the support. I've got just a vice grip holding that tight to there. Okay. Then on this side, there's that piece I just made, just held on by a little cheapo thing here. And again, I'll mark the holes here and the holes on this side so I can cleco the brace to the wheel well and the brace to the firewall section of the brace. And then on this side, I've just got 1, 2, and 3 clamps. Now, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna drill my holes for those 3, cleco those in, and then those will be basically where they're gonna end up. And then mark those holes I was talking about earlier, take it apart, drill those holes out, drill the spot weld holes while I'm doing it, because you're gonna have to spot weld from the inside, not this side. Spot weld to the brace there, and spot weld to the brace there. What I'm noticing is even in the proper position, it still rakes down, and I think that's to clearance the power steering kit, because the power steering arm comes at an angle across and over the wheel well. So that ends up being by design. It wasn't a mistake. It looks goofy, but it'll be covered by the power steering, so that's okay. I can't mock up the power steering. I have it, but I can't mock it up because I have this brace in place. So once I cleco everything together, I'll take this brace off, check it, and then I'm good to go. Okay, the front end is fully clecoed in. So just to recap, I replaced the inner wheel well and inner fender on both sides. New sheet metal. Everything is clecoed in right now. So I'm just going to put my fenders on. So you can see just with clecos, you can see that gap down there. It's not too bad actually. This gap's a little wider. Now I know this cleco's pushing it out, but that's going to need some massaging. So that's a bit rough there. That corner is going to be a problem. So it needs to be right there. See that? And I've got this gap. I guess, yeah, I mean, I guess this is going to come back some. So that's probably okay. And then this side's not too bad either. I mean, you know, got some leveling issues, but hey man, not bad at all. So basically where I'm at with this now is, you know, the inner structure's all done. I'm gonna take these panels back to the shed, beat some sense into them. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna put all these panels away, the front panels away and out of my way. And then that'll leave me basically the firewall back. And my plan is to have the body just outside rotting away in the wet. I know, it drives you nuts though. It's just like, nah. And then I'm gonna build the body, because I have all new panels basically from the firewall back. I'm gonna build it in the garage on top of the frame and just use my old body as a measuring stick. I don't know. Heck, this was encouraging that these panels are not too bad, you know. And this is my first time ever doing anything like this, so you know, if it goes together like this when everything's welded in, I'm calling it good. You know what I'm saying? So stay tuned. This is gonna be fun. Matt's Garage.